devil are you staring at?
Pacing on an empty stomach. You'll give yourself an ulcer.
My stomach is my concern.
I'll hit the cafeteria. Grab you a sandwich.
Toadying will not earn you bonus points.
What if this toad leveraged a corporate buyout that'll net Cortland Electronics several million bucks? And I did it on my lunch hour.
Young man, you blackmail me into rehiring you at an exorbitant salary. You don't get a lunch hour. You don't get to sit down for 5 minutes without my permission. I own you.
Ownership has its privileges.
That's membership.
Whatever. Friday me keeps you from worrying about your niece. I've earned my paycheck.
Doctor, Dixie, any improvements?
She's regained consciousness.
Oh, God, I want to see her.
Well, she's still a little weak right now, Mr. Cortland.
I won't stay long.
Family's what Dixie needs right now.
5 minutes, you'll be fine.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank God. My prayers were answered. You gave me such a fright. Oh, if I'd lost you. Why, I can't bear anything but that.
Where did you find me?
Well, Braden, he found you. You were passed out in his apartment.
What happened?
Well, your kidney shut down, just temporarily, but you're going to be fine. I've assembled a top-flight medical team. They're going to take good care of you.
Is Junior?
Junior. I talked to Adam this morning. He's just fine. He's rehearsing for that Thanksgiving Day pageant.
Thanksgiving? What day is it?
Oh, it doesn't matter, darling. All that matters is you're getting well.
Am I too late?
No, darling, don't upset yourself.
The Statler, I was supposed to meet him and I was supposed to tell him.
None of that matters.
No.
None of that matters.
I just got to see it. I had to lie down, but that's it.
Darling, I'm here with you now. You're safe.
I can't stay here. He's waiting for me. I have to go. I have to go. Please. He's waiting.
You are kidding. This is today's lineup?
You got it.
Whose bright idea was this?
Mine.
Are you nuts? Is love better the second time around? This is the best we could do for sweeps?
You signed off on this topic weeks ago.
Well, that was me in another life.
Well, in this life, you're a talk show host, so get out there, do the best you can.
I can't do that. It's stupid. Who'd we get for a guest expert?
We scored a real coup. Star Jones is co-hosting.
We got Star Jones?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yes.
Well, we might just pull this off yet. At least she's human. Better than that Lenora, what's her name? Remember her with all the hair? Looked like Tammy Faye for the makeover? Author of The Toxic Bedroom? There was a piece of work. I'll tell you right now, I'd sell my soul if I could figure out what the hell it is women want.
Well, I can answer that. Women want a look that takes them from day into evening. They want an outlet for their creative self-expression, and they certainly want happy, healthy children.
Does a man factor into the equation?
Well, now that depends. Woman certainly doesn't need a man to make her life complete. Ask Liza.
Erica, maybe you should go to makeup. Maybe they can do something about the puffiness around your eyes.
Whoa, makeup?
Yes. Liza very wisely realized that without me, there is no cutting edge.
You're today's guest?
I studied the notes you sent over, Liza, and I certainly have added a lot of my own. And here is a preliminary list of all the things I'll need, bare essentials, before we go to taping.
Imported mineral water, organic fruit plate, laptop computer with CD-ROM, licensed aromatherapist.
Yes. I've noticed that the distillation of blue eucalyptus leaves really opens my sensory pathways. Oh, I am so glad to be back here. It's where I belong. I'm home. I can't wait to get out there and make you both look good.
Did I ever tell you about my sensory pathways?
You know, if Erica never existed, someone would have to invent her.
Yeah, no kidding. Perfectly obvious that you don't need me for this taping. Why don't you just wind up Erica and let her
No,
go?
wait a second. I need the male viewpoint. Just go out there and look, honey. Show her how good looking we already are.
Lord. Paul, why don't you signal your turns?
Liza, you got 5 minutes?
Oh, not really.
Give me 2. Look, bottom line, I need a raise to cover my living expenses.
What, does Edmund charge for room and board now?
No, I'm moving out.
You're kidding. Princess and the Pauper are saying adios to Cafe Weird Wind?
Not Jillian, just me. Our marriage is trashed.
Well, gotta go. It's magic time.
He's waiting for me.
Now, darling, now, darling, now. Please, Dixie, I don't think you really understand the gravity of your condition. I mean, we almost lost you. You suffered complete renal failure, and that resulted in heart complications. Darling, the order of the day is total bed rest. You gotta build up your strength. Everything else can wait. Well, I don't like your color. I'm gonna call the doctor.
No, I just have to catch my breath. Do you have a phone? I could call Dad.
No, darling, I didn't bring it with me.
He must be so disappointed. I could call the nurses. They could call for me.
No, darling, please don't upset yourself, please. Oh my God, darling, what is it? What is it?
My heart. I have some pain.
I'll get the doctor.
I can't breathe.
Dr. Hayward.
I can't breathe.
Star Jones, you better come here and give me some.
Oh, honey,
Looking at you, slumming on the cutting edge and everything.
Oh, it's so good to see you, darling. You are looking good.
Lies, all lies.
No, really. How long has it been?
Well, at least since the last affiliates thing.
Well, you must have the honchos happy with your show's demos.
Oh, no, you're one to talk, miss. I'll just sit here and enjoy the view.
Well, we do what we can.
Yeah. Let me ask you something as a professional, okay? About today's topic. Don't you think it's a little light for sweeps?
Well, it might be a little light, but if you and Erica Kate and I can't spice it up, who can?
I mean, you could spice up anything. That's beside the point. Out of all the burning questions they have in the world, is love better the second time around? Is the best they could come up with?
Well, I have a girlfriend who married the same guy 4 times.
It's not love, it's sadism.
Oh, like it or not, love and sex generate viewer interest, and we should know. We do it on The View. But it's weird not working with my girls.
By all means, you go right ahead and call me Meredith. It makes you feel more at home.
Baby, I think I'll settle for an Erica Kane autograph.
Well, my goodness, did I hear somebody mention my name?
Erica, I'm sure you know our co-host and star. I know you know the one and only Erica Kane.
Erica Kane, you know how thrilled I am to see you again. You know I'm such a fan.
Dar, thank you. And you call me Erica.
I can't.
Faces, everybody, you're ready to rock and roll?
Okay.
Thank you, darling.
You're welcome. Tad, you need to worry. You're surrounded by divas.
Don't even think about sitting in my seat in this thing.
Oh, right. Oops.
Boy, do I feel at home.
Yep.
Stand by. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hello and welcome to a very special edition of The Cutting Edge. On my right, as my co-host, is none other than the Star Jones, who I'm sure you all know as one of the Wonder Women from The View. Also joining us, ironically enough, as our guest today is the former hostess with the mostest of this very show, Ms. Erica Kane. Eric, how's it feel to be back?
Oh, like I never left.
Don't get too comfy. Star, you want to do us the honors and set up today's show?
I'd be happy to. Did we ever really get over our first true love? And if fate conspires to reunite you, is love, as the song says, better the second time around?
Well, speaking from personal experience.
Anybody crazy enough to fall in love with the same person twice deserves to get their head examined.
Ted, I couldn't have said that better myself.
We have a definite clotting factor here. Prep the patient for OR stat.
Doctor, what was that? Heart attack?
It was a warning. Your niece has developed cardiogenic effusion. Blood leaking from the heart fills the sac surrounding the organ, thus limiting the space that the muscle needs to function.
So?
I inserted a needle into the heart lining and withdrew some fluid. The presence of clotted blood is conclusive.
Now what?
Well, I'm going to have to operate. Insert a tube to siphon off the excess blood.
Don't tell me she's gonna die.
Mr. Cortland, I've performed this procedure dozens of times. I'm not about to let your niece die. Not on my watch.
Why are you doing this?
Well, I can hardly sit still while my niece is in surgery.
I mean, keeping Dixie away from Tad.
You know, it's not your business to question my motives.
I disagree. I went out on a pretty large limb for you. I deserve to know why I took such a chance.
You'd slit your grandmother's throat to get ahead.
I won't make apologies for being ambitious.
Well, got your money's worth. Just leave me alone.
Your niece is very ill. It seems incredibly cruel that you would keep her away from the one guy she's obviously in love with.
You don't know what the devil you're talking about.
She's been calling out for Tad ever since she got here.
She was delirious.
She made it clear before she became ill that she planned to reconcile with Tad.
Then her collapse was a blessing in disguise.
Your niece is fighting for her life.
With proper medical care, she is going to beat this. Tad Martin is more insidious than any disease. She's far better off without him.
Who's to say?
I am to say, damn it. How he wormed her way back into her good graces, I'll never know. But I refuse. I absolutely refuse to sacrifice my only family, one that's left, to that philandering swine.
You have a wife waiting for you back in Pine Valley, and a son.
Oh, well, she's suing for divorce. She's trying to throw me out of my own home.
Yeah, well, what about your daughter, Nina?
Nina?
Yeah.
Now, you do your homework, don't you? Well, Nina doesn't need me, but Dixie does. She's had so little happiness in her young life. Why can't she have a little joy, a little happiness? Is that too much to ask?
Mr. Cortland, Dixie has pulled through the procedure beautifully. I've inserted a shunt to relieve the pressure and to drain the blood.
Then she's going to be all right.
I've started her on platelets and some clotting medications. She will be in recovery for a while, ICU a few more days, but barring any unforeseen complications, I say the crisis has passed.
Complications?
No, I don't anticipate any. But if you need me, you know where to find me.
Where the devil do you think you're going?
Back to Pine Valley.
No. You can't go because Dixie needs you.
Nonsense. Dixie's physician is one of the best.
I don't want one of the best. I want the best.
Well, I'm flattered, really. But I've done all I can.
Now, what can I do to convince you? How does Chief of Staff, Pine Valley Hospital, what does that sound like as an incentive?
Mr. Cortland, are you trying to bribe me?
Now, Star. Come on, you got to admit, there's a lot of people out there think love is a fool's game. Have you ever heard the expression, once bitten, twice shy?
Well, gee, Tad, why don't you tell us how you really feel?
The thought of a world without love depresses me, Tad. It inspires me. It fuels the arts.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's not forget Romeo and Juliet. There was a real upbeat piece. And what about The English Patient, all right? Perfect, it's perfect. That's supposedly great date material, correct? Guy starts the movie falling in love, ends the movie looking like a California raisin.
Tad, I had no idea you were such a cynic.
I'm not a cynic. I'm just a realist, that's all. Life and experiences put me right. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing more messy than what we go through trying to convince ourselves that there's someone out there we just can't live without.
Oh, come on. You don't think that life is much more or has much more meaning when there's someone special to share it?
No, you know what? I have a very full life. I have a very exciting life and a rich life and a rewarding life, and I have no man on the horizon. As a matter of fact, as of this moment, I am swearing off of men. Altogether.
Do I need to call Barbara? Because if Erica Kane is announcing on national television that she's switching sides, baby, she will want the interview.
Oh, no, of course not. I didn't mean it like that. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that.
I guess if I've been married as many times as Erica Kane, it may sour me on love and commitment.
I have been totally committed to each and every husband I have ever had at the time I married them.
Not to cross-examine you, but what, in your opinion, went wrong?
Men have just made it impossible. It's as simple as that.
It's
Excuse me.
And it took you how many marriages to discover that?
Well, I am an incurable romantic, that's true, but I'll tell you what I have learned. I have learned that I will never, ever put my own fate, my own personal happiness into anyone else's hands but my own.
I never thought I'd see the day, but I am firmly with Eric on this one. For instance, have you two seen this movie, An Affair to Remember?
Can't watch it, don't want to see it again.
Why not?
Well, because at the end, I'm surrounded by tear-soaked, shredded tissues. I'm furious with Cary Grant. What kind of man would do something like that? Give up so easily?
Just a second. Give me a break here. I mean, how was he supposed to know that Deborah Carr had an accident?
Because when you're in love with somebody, I mean really in love with somebody, you're supposed to intuit things like that.
Erica, you are so right.
I think you two have been reading too many dime store novels. I may not be the great Kreskin, but I will tell you this much. If you are ever tempted to wait for somebody at the top of the Empire State Building, you better run like hell for the exit because you are about to get your heart broken.
Again?
If Dixie were on her deathbed, wild horses couldn't drag me away. But her condition is no longer critical. She's receiving optimum care. Bribery will get you nowhere.
Well, it wasn't my intention to offend, really. We're both men of the world. I thought we could reach a meeting of the minds. I am a senior member of the board of Pine Valley Hospital, and such. I carry quite a bit of clout.
Thanks, but no thanks. I'll leave the paper-pushing bureaucracy to Joe Martin.
Well, that must be something I can do.
Well, I wouldn't object to having my hospital privileges reinstated. As chief of cardiology, full salary, retroactive to my resignation.
Consider it done.
Good. And consider me gone. I've neglected my patients back in Pine Valley far too long. If Dixie needs me, I'm a phone call away. I'll let the doctors know.
Dad? I mean, I have given my personal best on every single day that I've been married to every single man in my life. And what do I have to show for it?
Excuse me? A fabulous daughter, endless romance, and alimony up the yin-yang, Missy.
Oh, wait a minute. We can't be that hard on Erica here, okay? She's just out there looking for the same happily ever after we're all chasing after. When somebody's brave enough to put their heart on the chopping block, the last thing they want or expect is to have it handed back to them as mincemeat.
Looks like this boy's had his heart broken for the last time.
Well, you got that right. From here on out, I am a free agent playing the field, a boy who just wants to have fun.
Let's discuss that.
Do I have your number?
Demon.